Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, your step-by-step chef. In this episode, we are going to make fried fish my favorite way. I like it lightly battered and just with a little bit of oil on it. So we're going to pan fry it in just a little bit of oil. And I think you're going to find this absolutely delicious. It's light, it has a little bit of crisp to it, and it also retains the taste of the fish that we're using. So come on, let's cook. So here are the ingredients for our fish fry. I have 1.5 pounds of thin sliced flounder. You can also use catfish, haddock, cod. Any delicious white fish that you have will taste absolutely fantastic with the fry mix that we're going to use. We're going to use 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. We're going to use 1/2 cup of cornmeal, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and I have 3/4 cup of milk. And we're going to fry it all in 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. It's that simple. Let me show you how to put this together. So the first thing we want to do is make our breading mix. So here is our 1/2 cup of cornmeal, and here's our 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. Then we have our 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of black pepper, our teaspoon of salt. And you can adjust these ingredients any way you want. And what I would recommend is make it my way the first time and then think through, what would you like to add or take out of the recipe to make it your way? So there is our mix, and we'll just give it a quick blending. Make sure all those flavors are finely mixed up. You can see it's a very light coating that we're using. Okay, that looks evenly blended. So I'm just going to set that over here. And we're just going to put our milk in this dipping station. That's where we're going to dip the fish. Okay, so here is our basic fish assembly line. Now I have our oil preheating in a deep skillet over medium heat, and all we're going to do is take our fish fillets, dip them in the milk, and you can let it sit in the milk for 5 minutes if you want. Some people do that. Honestly, I don't notice a difference, but just do this. Get it nice and bathed in the milk so the breadcrumbs stick to it. And then we just do this. Just dip it, give it a nice even coating. And there are commercial fry mixes out there all over the place. I like to make my own. But if you don't, try one of those. They look delicious. And I think you'll get pretty similar results. I just like fresh. And then I'm just going to put the fish on this plate, and then we're going to go over the stove in a minute, and we're going to put it in the oil. And carefully put it in the oil, so that we don't get splattered. But do preheat the oil ahead of time. Again, over medium heat. It's about 1/8 to 1/2 inch thick of layer of oil, depending on how big your frying pan is. But look at this, you just coat it. And then let's just take these 2 fillets over to get started, and I'll show you how to do the first set. And here we go. We're just going to take the fish, carefully lower it into the oil. And you can see it's frying already. I'm going to get it nice and golden brown, and then we're going to take it out. It's done. So this is going to take about 2 minutes to cook through, because these are really thin cut fish fillets. Now, if the oil gets too hot or smoky, you can turn the heat down a little bit. Wow, this is crisping up very nicely. So I have my tongs all ready. And this is what we're just going to do with every piece of the fish. And you might want to gently turn it over, just to make sure that all of it gets cooked through. Just do it gently so that, oops, that's exactly what I was trying not to do. Do it gently so the pieces get cooked through. And again, these are really thin pieces that I'm working with. So if you're dealing with a thicker fish, it might take a little bit longer to cook it through. The other thing I want to show you is that I have this plate with paper towels on it already. This will drain the fish. So this is where we're going to put it as it's done. So you can see it's turning a nice golden brown, cooking really fast. And at this point, just brown it to the point where you like it. I don't want to burn it. I don't want to make the fish tough. So this is almost done. I mean, this oil is very hot. So you can see these pieces that are turning kind of that dark brown color. That's when I want to get the fish out. I don't want it to toast too darkly or scorch. So I'm going to take it out and drain it. That's a hard piece to catch. Oops, there we go. And just repeat that process for all of your fish fillets. So congratulations, look at what you just did. You just made this delicious pan-fried fish. Now when I made this, I used a coarse cornmeal. You can also find a much more refined cornmeal. I like the coarse cornmeal because it's crispier. It just is. And I absolutely love that on catfish, because catfish is a little bit gamey, but it tastes good with this kind of batter on it. The other thing you can do with this recipe is you can add a twist of lemon, you can add paprika, you can add Italian seasonings, you can add Parmesan cheese, you can add Cajun seasonings. You can just go to town. There's so many different tastes that you can make this fried fish out to be. It's absolutely worth it. Just experiment and make it your way. Now, if you like this recipe, please visit my website, stepbystepchef.com. There you will find a free printable version of this recipe, along with free printable versions and free video links of over 150 other recipes. You and me cooking together. That's what it's all about. The other thing you're going to find on the site, and I hope I bring this up right, yay, is my cookbook, Cooking with the Step-by-Step Chef. I'm going to keep updating this. It's going to get thicker and thicker. One day it is going to be thicker than 10 years of the Encyclopedia Britannica. Okay, maybe not. But it's just going to get bigger and bigger. And I hope you will take a look at it, because it puts all the recipes in one place up to a point in time, and it makes a great gift. So you don't have to keep going back and printing the recipes. You're going to find them right here. And my fans keep telling me they love this cookbook because I actually show them how to cook. And they see in very simple language how to get things done. And it's a great variety of recipes. So please take a look at this. In the meantime, my name is Larry Richardson. I am your step-by-step chef, and I'll see you in the next episode.